Hi guys, it's Ed from Crewe Health Club in Crewe, and I'm here today to take you through one of the most neglected parts of people's training. It's going to be mobility. Mobility is one of the things people bin off, normally through lack of time because you feel a bit more proactive, you've done your HIIT to burn a few more calories, you've done your weights to build a bit more muscle. But looking at your mobility and making sure your joints are healthy is really important, just to make sure you stay injury free and you're better able to control your limbs when you do a given exercise. So this will improve your ability to do burpees, make you more efficient in given exercises or anything that does require a little bit more mobility. For this sort of class, all you need is some space. Doing it out in the garden because it's the last bit of nice weather. You can do it on your front room floor while you've got Netflix on watching Tiger King. It's not super strenuous. It can be a little bit frustrating, especially while your body learns to control your limbs at the very limits of their range of movement. In terms of safety, just if anything starts to hurt, reduce the size of the circle that you're going to take the joint through. So if you start to feel pain, just don't go as far, or stop on that given exercise and go on to the next one when the time comes. Ideally, do it in bare feet, which will help with feedback so your body knows a bit better what it's doing. I'm going to keep my socks on today because I'm sure you don't want to be looking at my feet for the next half hour. I don't really need to be getting texts off Alan Williams and Jay Foster telling me they're upset they've been looking at my feet, so I've got them all covered up for you guys today. If you do need, there's going to be a little bit of kneeling, so you can have a mat to kneel on and get yourself a drink close to hand, or anything you might need, or by all means pause and come back to it when we go on. We're going to start with the lower limbs, work the way up the body. So if you're doing a bit of running, we're going to help bulletproof those ankles a little bit. Hips, back, shoulders to finish off. What I would say, again, this sort of thing, doing it once a week or twice a week isn't really going to help you, but if you can be consistent over the exercises that you're especially bad at every day for the rest of the time that you're furloughed, hopefully you'll be able to get some good improvements and make sure you're okay. So we're going to start off with the ankle joints today. All I'm going to do is comfortably here. You're going to take your foot in your hand, you're going to take it through the biggest range of motion possible as slowly as you can. Again, we're not really warming up, so you're not going to force it too much on the first few reps. You're going to go nice and easy and then start to push as we go one way. So we're going to take the foot down and out to the side. So keeping your shin as still as possible, you're going to point the toes down, bring it round, and back up. So you're not forcing it. So what you want to do, don't let the leg twist too much. So use the hands to try and think about how it feels. Support your leg as much as you need. So take it down, round to the outside, back up and round. You might find your toes start to bunch and extend while you're doing this. It's cool, it's perfectly natural. Again, it's your body's just trying to control it as time goes on. So now we're on the third one. You're going to take it right to the extreme, keeping that shin as still as possible. Just do two more really far around. So if someone like me has had 34 years of abusing his joints, I actually find this quite difficult. Physio told me this right ankle would get an absolute devastating injury if I took up any contact sport, so not to do that. So hopefully this sort of thing is going to rehab it. I'm going to flip it around and go back to the outside. You take it right the way out round, far as you can now to the extreme. Point the foot down, bring it across, lift it up to the top, take it out. And you can see my temptation is to roll in. Point it up as high as you can. Take it out and round, down. Do one more there. So you're trying to isolate this joint only and not let any other joints help out. And swap sides. And what you're looking for while you do these is a really nice smooth circle. So as you can see, my ankles are kind of damaged and they're a bit jerky. Hopefully over time, and by the end of the furlough time, we'll have gained really good muscular, neuromuscular control as well over this joint. I'll be better able to make sure it's all right. So we're going to go to the outside first, take it out, not too far, not too hard, just warming it up, take it down, round, and back up. Trying to keep your body tense and everything as still as possible there. So across, up, down and round. So you're trying to paint a really big smooth circle with your big toe. If your leg's aching, take it down, bring it back up, just give it a rest. So now we're really going to force it, so take it right to the extreme, slowly down, round, all the way up. Feel a little bit of cramp coming to your foot. Try and fight it, but if you need to, stop, stretch it out and join back in. It's just your body panicking because it's not gone through such a big range before. Going to take it down and round. So across, reversing the movement, down, kick it to the outside, up and round, across, painting a big circle with that big toe. As you can see, left side for me here, I've got great control over. It's all good. It's a journey. Something to improve on. Nice. So we're going to move up to the hip joint. For this one, lie on your back. I'm going to be facing away from you. Ooh, just so it looks a bit better. It doesn't matter which side you start from, but you're going to bring your leg up 90 degrees there. So your thigh to be as vertical as possible. You don't want it too far up or too far out, not kicking out to the side. So there, 90-degree bend. All I'm going to do is take it to the inside first, so keeping your thigh as still as possible, or as vertical as possible. Bring your foot to the inside, and then slowly take it to the out. So you're not going to force it too hard with this first rep. And with the second one, just go a little bit further. So again, thighs staying as vertical as possible. If you need to put your hand on top just for a little bit of extra feedback on your body, that's fine for rep 2. And now we're going to go a little bit harder. So externally rotating that hip, which brings the foot to the inside as hard as you can. Back to the outside, so internally rotating that hip to finish off rep 3. And again, come into the inside. Rep 4. So really internally rotate that hip, push it out as hard as you can. Rep 4 finished. Cross. Hard as you can, a really big push. Finish it off right on the outside. Number 5. Leg goes down. It's going to turn sideways on for you, just so you can see with the other leg. So keeping that 90-degree bend there. Again, if you need to, just keep one of your hands on top of your knee just for a little bit of proprioceptive feedback. And again, we're going to bring it across. So I'm going to kick my foot towards the camera. Not too hard for rep 1. Take it to the outside. So I'm kicking it away from the camera here. And get a 90-degree bend. Bring the foot in towards the midline to externally rotate the hip. I'm going to kick the foot to the outside for rep 2. Building a little bit more tension. So here we go. Number 3, going to go a bit harder. So really push it across. And really hard to the outside again. So again, try not to let the leg drift either way. See your mind starting to do it. Again, it's a journey. We're trying to improve as we go. Rep 3 really hard. Rep 4. And the last one. So really push it hard towards the camera as you can. Bring it out, keeping that thigh as vertical as possible. So what I've done there with the hips is get the capsule of the joint nice and warm and ready for what we're going to do next. These ones are a little bit more intense, as I was saying before. If you're finding it too bad, it's fine, no problem. Reduce the size of your circle, speed it up a little bit. You can go a little bit faster and that'll make it a bit easier. But ideally we're going as slow as possible to get the best possible feedback we can. This one, you can lie on your side. If you need a towel or a block or anything to rest your head on, that's fine. Arms out to the side there. So you're lying on your side, gripping your hands out in front of you. And all we're going to do here, say all we're going to do, it's good fun this one. Bring the knee up to the front, adduct it, and then I'm going to kick the heel back away from me, so internally rotate that hip again and bring it right back out to the outside for rep 1. So real slow on this. Slowly back up to the front. For number 2, so you bring your knee up towards you. To the outside. Internally rotate that hip, so kick it behind you. And extend the leg out and back. Number 2. So 3 more to go, and these are the ones we can put a little bit more force into. So up. Rep 3. So when it's up there, a nice stretch through the groin. Kick the hip back. Take it right out. Round. You want tension through the rest of your body, so brace through the core. Grip the hands tight. Here's rep 4. And gradually kick that heel back. Take it right out behind you, real slow. So last one, slowest one yet. Up to the top. Bring that leg out. Now internally rotate your hip so you bring the heel backwards. Really as far as you can this time. And extend the leg so as far back as possible. Tight through the core. Take your time, keep it as smooth as you can. Ooh, and back up to there. Have a swap over. So flip your burger and pop down onto the other side. Get yourself comfy, a little bit of a fidget if you need to. Down, block under your pillow if you need it. Hands out in front of you, so remember, tension through the rest of the body to help keep everything as stable as possible. We're just trying to move that hip joint. Now, understand, might be pulling a few funny faces while you do this. Don't worry about it, no one's watching, they're only watching me. They can't be as bad as mine. Nice and slowly bring your knee up to the front. Out to the side here. Kick your heel backwards. Take the leg right back out and round. So, may not be the most fun you've ever had, but I promise you your hips are going to love you for doing this. Kick it back out. And then we go up to the front. You duck the hip. Kick the heel back. And take that leg back through into extension for 3. So we're going to go real slow on this one. And 2 more to go. So up. Take it out. Kick the heel back as hard as you can. Out and round. spinal. Slowest one yet. Leg out, top of the movement, take the heel back, out and round, as far as you can. Nice, okay. So the next one we're going to do is some spinal articulations. So for these, it's a bit of a tricky one. It looks kind of like a cat-cow. If you've ever done yoga before, what you're going to try and do is move each part of your vertebrae at one time. Easy as it sounds. With this, on your hands and knees again, if you need some sort of padding for your knee, you'll quite want me to do so. Put your hands right under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. This is the sort of thing that is actually quite good to video yourself doing, or get someone to video you doing, and you can get some sort of feedback about how your spine's actually moving. So you're going to try and move it one vertebrae at a time on the way up to flex and extend. So we're going to start neutral. What we're going to do first of all is roll your tailbone under, trying to keep everything else normal. And then you're going to let that wave go up your back, so gradually rounding further and further. So you're fully around there. And then at the tailbone again, you're going to reach it up towards the sky, keeping everything else rounded. So imagine one vertebrae moving at a time. Slowly down your back until everything is in extension. And then from the head, we go back. Around the head under, round your upper back under, slowly down, finish with the tailbone. That's rep 1, so we start at the tailbone, very gradually this time. Roll it up towards the sky, keeping everything else as rounded as you can. Down the back, between the shoulder blades. Finally looking up at the sky. And you bring the head down and through. Shoulder blades go up, round through the upper back, down through the lower back. Correct. 2. Do one more, and then we're going to reverse that wave. Move your head, lift your tailbone up at the sky, keep your head tucked under. The lower back dips down, very gradually goes through the upper back. Keep the head. We roll it under from the head. Upper back goes between the shoulder blades, keep the tailbone trying to point at the sky. Gradually down, till you're under. Now from this position, the first thing you're going to move up is your head. This is a little bit more tricky. So the head's going to come up. Try and come down through the upper back. Imagine everything extending down. The tailbone rolls. And from the tailbone, keeping everything else extended, you're going to tuck the tailbone under. And your head looking up. That wave rolls down the back. Through the shoulder blades. Head tucks under for rep 1. 2 more. So, head, sky, down through the shoulder blades, down, tailbone's pointing. So you might notice my upper back moves in one big block. Tuck the tailbone under. Keep looking up at the sky. Down through the upper back. So one more rep. So head, and this is for someone like me quite difficult. Spend too much time sitting down at a desk. Extend through the shoulder blades. Down. Bum arches up, and then finally roll it under, back, up, through. Perfect. So again, the goal of that is for every little bit of your vertebrae to move as much as possible. For someone like me, hopefully you saw in the video, right about here, it's quite locked up. I've been spending my time furloughed really trying to get into that, open it up, which will hopefully benefit my deadlifts a little bit when I come back to lifting, when the gym's open again soon. And it'll generally cause me a bit less pain through my upper back. We're going to do a couple more back things, but we're just going to give it a rest after all that. We're going to work on our shoulders a little bit now. This one, I would prefer generally to do it kneeling up like this. If I do it like this, you won't be able to see what my hands are doing. So I'm going to be sat back on my legs. If you like that, that's okay. If you want to do it standing because your knees don't like kneeling, that's fine. A couple of reps on each hand, 5 reps on each side, should I say. And again, the idea is to move nice and slow. Doing these real slow the other day managed to give me a bit of muscle soreness through my lats because they're really tight. So I've got a really good stretch through them, and you're going to get a good stretch through your pecs as well, which is nice. It doesn't matter which side you start on, whichever one. If anyone's ever seen me do body combat, you know I don't really know my left and my right too well. Nearly took some people out, so whichever one. Doesn't matter too much for you. But all we're going to do, raise your hand up, to shake with someone. You're going to go all the way over your head, so you're straight. Twist the hand out. You're going to try and take it back, the same plane of movement, nice and slowly. So try not to let your body twist. You come down to the bottom, reverse the movement through that same plane, take it up, to the top, bring the hand round, slowly down. For rep 1, 4 more to go. So real slow, over your head, turn the hand at the top, try and take it through that same plane, keeping your arm as straight as possible. How big your circle is dependent on a lot of people again. 34 years of abusing my joints, so I've not got the most mobile shoulders. Again, hopefully going to come out of all this with this extra time that I've got. Some nice buttery joints that can move real well. That's rep 2. So tension everywhere else. Don't let yourself twist around to take it further. So up, turn your hand. To the back there. Stop at the bottom. Real slow on these last few. Top. Rotate the arm. Slow on the last ones. Remember, any pain, if you can't bring your hands overhead, really reduce the size of the circle. Avoid doing it as much as you can, but don't take it to the extreme for any sort of impingement or twinging pain. Top, twist the hand out. So the last one, real tight, super slow with the hand. Twist it round, take it out and back. Bring it up and through, everything staying as still as possible, really slow. The temptation is going to be to rush. So we'll be there, pecs are getting quite tired. Rotate. Down. Give it a little shake off. So, other side. Reach the hand up, like you're going to be shaking it with someone. Rotate it around while it's up at the top so it's facing out. And try and go back in that same plane, keeping everything as still as you can. When you hit the bottom, reverse the movement, keeping as far back as you can. To the top, rotate, take it down. I'm sure if you're in isolation with a significant other, you really won't find this sort of thing at all annoying while they're trying to watch the programs on Netflix while you're doing it on the front room floor, so by all means do it. It's fine, my wife's not bothered. Up to the top, rotate the hand down, 2, let's go up real tall, keeping the arms straight, rotate it, slowest one yet. So again, for me, put it right the way through my pecs. Sitting down like this all day. So you're opening everything up. Round. Super slow. Tension everywhere else in the body. Up tall. Turn the hand at the top nice and slow. So try and extend the size of the circle now. Real slow. This one feels a bit weird. You can try gripping onto a tennis ball just to give yourself a bit of feedback. You feel something in your hand while you do it. Maybe one more. The slowest one yet. To the top. Turn the hand. Same plane of movement. Okay. 2 more to do. We're going to flick back to the back again. I'm going to do some rotations on your thoracic spine. For me, this is the bit I generally struggle with the most. I'll do some sideways on for you, so you can see. So the hands come across here. What you're not trying to do is bend this portion of your back. So this portion of your back here, the lower back. It's all trying to be where my hand is, really and above. So what you're trying to do is keep the integrity here. Trying to keep your bottom rib and the top of your pelvis the same distance apart all the way through. So if you're pulling back like this, then I'm using the start of my lumbar spine to extend. Quite difficult to do and it takes a fair bit of practice. I'm by no means perfect at it yet because my upper back's so locked up, but we're going to go through it and make sure you're okay. So hands across the chest. We're going to start whichever way you want again. So you're going to come across to whichever side is good for you. Round through that upper back. Across the body. Extend. Difficult bit. Slowly across. Round through the upper back. Trying to keep this distance here the same. Come across. Top. Again guys, when you're doing this, you're just trying to do the specific part. So what you're not trying to do is bring everything around and twist from the bottom. Try to get everything below my hand here, still as possible. So twist in there, round in there, and across. You need to bring the hands like this, that's fine. Keep on the same path you were. Again, tension on the rest of your body. Extend at the top and reverse your circle, so just go the opposite way. So back down the way you've just come, around through the upper back. Bring it across. Extend, keeping that integrity. between the lower rib and pelvis as best as you can. Facing you now as well. Round. Don't worry if you're pulling some funny faces while you do this, it's all good. And this sort of thing isn't glamorous. It's not the most exciting blood pumping exercise you'll do for the day. Spend time sitting down in the car, sitting down at a desk, on your phone, watching Netflix or gaming, just trying to open up that upper back a little bit. It's going to make you feel a whole lot better. In fact, Barry, stop watching Netflix and do some of these. Finish at the top there. So again, hopefully that's made the upper back feel a bit nice and loose. We're going to finish finally with some stuff on your shoulder blades, scapula. And again, I'll turn sideways on to do these for you. 5 reps each way. And we're pretty much boxed off. I quite like doing these kneeling like this just because it helps to take a few more joints out and less chance to cheat. If you want to do them standing because your knees don't like it, that's fine. It's not a problem at all. So what we're going to do, arms out straight, keep them as locked as possible. Shrug up. Pull your shoulder blades together. Down. Forward. For 1. Up. Back. 2. You shrug them up. Pull your shoulder blades together. Jam them down your back. Push your arms out in front of you. Shrug them up. Pull them back. Bring them down. A couple more. Super slow this time, so real slow up. Real slow back. Try and force them down your upper back. Cross. And round. Okay, I'm going to try and reverse the movement now, so you're going to pull your arms in towards you and go push the shoulder blades up your body rather than down. I'll do them facing the other way so you get a look. So here we go. So you can pull down, bring them up your back, push them out and round. So pull them down, together, up your back, forward, down, pinch for 3, pull them up your back, together, up, down. So last one, pinch it in, lift it up, cross, down. That's pretty much it from me, guys. Those are the joint rotations I've been trying to take my body through every day during my time furloughed, just to try and again make sure my body's in the best state possible. If you enjoyed this, let us know on any social media with the hashtag #BannerTimeLive, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Hope everyone stays safe and take care.